So what is up, guys? Welcome to your set overview of set 18. We go over all the cards again, see anything new, what was added to really have something to look forward to. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Advanced Party Seeker file. When your unit legions, so this is the turn it legions, put this unit into your soul, or whenever you legion again, it just depends when you legion. You put this unit into your soul, call Blaster Blade Seeker from your deck. Also, this Forerunner has resist, and resist is you can't target it with card effects like Nebula or Death Scythe. Anything with those cards cannot target this unit because it has resist. So this is a booster that remains on the field indefinitely. But the fact that it can call Blaster Blade Seeker without the cost of CB means you get a retire for a CB2 and then have some push plays going. So that's interesting. Compose Seeker, Lucius. If you have 3 or more front row Seekers, this unit gets 3,000 power. Another G0 Seeker, Heart Me. When your unit legions, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So 9k booster, but we don't run that. Regalia Seeker. When the attack this unit boosted, a Blaster Blade Seeker hits a Vanguard. Put a card from your hand at the bottom of your deck to draw a card and count charge 1. So again, this was a card that lets you recycle your Thing Saver Dragons. This also puts your triggers back into the deck as well, so you can reshuffle and get some awesome plays off. And how you can reshuffle as well as with Thing Saver Dragon, because Thing Saver Dragon rides from the deck, so you'll be able to do it. And yes, you can do this actually after you attack with this boosting behind a Vanguard, and you put a Thing Seeker Dragon that's in your hand back into your deck at the bottom, giving it that turn reversal of yes, you can now do the ride since now your Thing Saver is back in the deck. So woohoo, Royals and their counterchargers, am I right? Defending Seeker Chiron. It's a Sentinel actually, which is shocking. When Vanguard hits, this PG actually is a PG that is for 5th damage and you're about to die. This is not an old PG mechanic. This is for the new one. So Seekers just got one of the newer PGs. Don't know why, since, you know, PGs for Legion don't need all that damage to do their effects. But it is what it is. I mean, I guess they have their reasoning for it. Flail Seeker is Bizarre. It's bizarre. When placed, if your unit is Legion, this unit gets plus 4,000 power. So once you place it becomes an 11k booster till the end of the turn. Seeker Youthful Mage. Counterblast 1,000 power. So there's a little bit of those like common tech that released in this set as well when it came to like, you know, Vanguard in general. On a Seeker Cineric during your turn, if your Vanguard is a Seeker, this unit gets 3,000 power. That's a front row thing. Righteous Seeker Gengaran. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, this unit gets plus 2,000 power, so it becomes a 9k when it attacks the Vanguard. So I guess if you boost a 7k behind it, technically it becomes a 16k column. Yeah. Heaven Arrow Seeker Lunate during your turn. If you have 4 more Seekers, this is only a front row effect. It becomes a 10k. That's so awkward, but we wouldn't run that at all. Seeker Ruin Eagle. When this unit boosts a Vanguard, if your unit is Legion, this unit gets plus 4,000 power until the end of the battle. So obviously it's a 10k booster for your Legions. Blaster Blade Seeker. When placed, if your Vanguard is a Seeker, CB2, retire anything you want. But you can't retire the Forerunners because why? They have resist. Remember that. Don't be derpy. Next is Great Crossbow Seeker Gildas. When your unit Legion, CB1 to call Seeker from your deck. So how this card works is when you have to play this card on the field first. And then if you haven't Legion yet, then you Legion. Then when you got your mate, you do this effect, CB1. So this card helps you not only deck thin, but you build your field. And obviously you can put a counter charger behind the Vanguard, since most of, you know, Royals right now is Blaster Blade Seeker with Thing Saver and Wingull. So this card's actually really freaking stupid and nice to play, apparently. Yikes. Anyways, Natural Talent Seeker Valrod, just 10k beat stick. Combined Strength Seeker Lok Rhinus. During the turn your unit Legion. So this is a once per turn after you did the Legion. Anything else after that is vanilla. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, this unit gets plus 4,000 power, so it becomes a 13k. That's not even a magic number because there's no Seekers that are 8k boosters, so there's no point. So that's just redundant. Full Bloom Seeker Serdic. I think I was looking for this card for my prediction video. During your turn, if your Vanguard's a Seeker, this unit gets plus 3,000. So 12Ks have been reduced to rares. Yay. That's nice. At least less triple rares and all that, I guess. Cybergoal Seeker. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, if your unit is Legion, CB1 to draw a card. So that's a little nice. You know, you get to draw a card. I don't know how people actually run this in their deck. I think Seekers are a little bit tight on their G2 lineup. But, I mean, hey, CB1, draw one, then boost Blaster Blade Seeker with the 6k booster and all that. But this actually has to hit a Vanguard. But again, if you're playing Draw Turbo, you'll be good to go there, pretty much. Then you can just attack with that, draw as many cards as you want, grab your PGs, and have yourself a blast. Filter, do this, do that. Oh, in case you haven't realized, just Legion again. You can get all your cards back. So it doesn't even matter. You can always look for your PGs, and you can always recycle your heals. That's the point of drawing, and that's the point of discarding with Thing Saver. So there you go. And then you just write another Legion on top, and you just have fun with it. It's Legion. Heaven Bow Seeker Morvi during your turn. If you have 4 or more Seekers, this becomes 12k, useless. Provocation Seeker Blue Mental during your turn. If your unit is Legion, this unit gets 12k. So this is actually a lot of 12k units actually, which is kind of funny. Anyways, I mean, there's like barely any 9k boosters, but if we had that, then yeah, I think that would be really stupid. But we don't have those, so we kind of just drop it. So on to Thing Saver Dragon. At the end of the battle, obviously it seeks Blaster Blade. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked a Vanguard. If this unit is Legion, Soul Blast 3, Counter Blast 2, discard 2 cards from your hand, ride Thing Saver Dragon from your deck, Legion with a Blaster Blade Seeker from your soul, and then draw 2 cards. The TCG effect was way different. You discard cards, not draw cards. You draw the cards because you drive check. But in Zero's format, they always made the discard effects drawing anyways. So you just draw, and then you just pretty much fill your drop zone more and more. Obviously, this effect isn't bound by once per turn, so you could do this again if this card is Legioned with Blaster Blade. So if you have 6 cards in the Soul, hypothetically speaking, Soul Blast 3, re-ride, get Blaster Blade Seeker, you're back to 4 cards in the Soul, you do it again, bada bing, bada boom, you legit drive checked like freaking 6 times there, so yay to that. Hey. So yeah, but you will need the CB for it, but that's why they have the counter charger, so you could save 1 CB after all that boosting. So that's nice. Unless you're, for some reason, you're playing like an awkward stand deck and you just restand the booster in the back. That'd be funny. And obviously that wouldn't help at all, but whatever. It'd just be hilarious. Oh, I'm just going to restand my booster so I can just counter charge again? Yeah, totally. Anyways. On to next, Seeker Sacral Wingull also seeks his mate named Blaster Blade. When the Blaster Blade Seeker. When this unit Legions, call grade 2 or greater Seeker from your deck. So after you call grade 2 Seeker, you're pretty much getting an intercept after you Legion, which is okay. Still building up an intercept game. Also, yeah, it just builds you up an intercept game. When this unit attacks Vanguard, it gets 2,000 power, so it hits 22k as a magic number because of the 11k shields. So that's nice. Thing Saver had the same thing with the 2,000. So they all hit the magic number without a booster sometimes. But it depends. If they're on 4th damage, then that 2k is the big icing on the cake if they even hit a trigger. Remember that. Next, 4th Reich Seeker Egbert. So here's some double rare Legions for you. If your unit is in Legion, so obviously this is a continuous since he's in Legion, and he full bloom Seeker Serdic, so Serdic's that 12k rare, so he Legions with that. You counterblast 2 to get 5,000 power and a critical, so you get a fast crit, and obviously you hit over magic number easy, so you can apply crit pressure. So obviously, there's many ways you can go about this guy. You could still run Thing Saver Dragon if you want to. You just don't focus on retires. You just push your opponent to 5. You can push your opponent to 5 and then ride Thing Saver for game. As long as you have the counter charger kind of prepped, you won't really falter. So again, that's another good thing. Royals, they do have a counter charger, and it's only 4 Blaster Blade Seeker, so obviously you're running a good couple of those for sure. His counter charging is amazing in Zero's format. Seriously. So Split Seeker Brutus, I didn't even know about this card. It limit breaks. It Legions with Loch Rhinus. I think that was a common, or that's another rare. I think it was a rare. During your turn, if this unit is in Legion, all of your front row Seekers gain 3,000 power. So this is infinite, so your units will always have 3,000 power. So I'm guessing if you wanted to make like a budget Seeker deck, you could go for this route. Match numbers are always hit. When placed, Counterblast 1. Call Combined Strength Seeker Loch Rhinus. So you'll be able to call the G2 apparently. Let me just look who Loch Rhinus is real quick. All right, Lock Rhinus is that Legion. So you call that. So the whole point for that vanilla cards effect is to go off instantly. And it gains 3,000 power, bringing it up to 16k. So there actually is some sort of budget Seeker deck you could make if you couldn't finish Thingsaver. I wouldn't put that in back pocket, but I would definitely deck profile this type of budget deck for you guys because I'm down for that. Sacred Beast Seeker Claudie. One play, Soul Blast 1, Counter Blast 1, and add a Wingull from your deck to your hand. So if you're not getting your Legions into your hand, but in 0, you're most likely going to be drawing all your Legions anyways because of G3s and all that. You'll definitely be okay with this. You don't even need to run this, but funny, I guess if your main goal was focus on a Wingull deck, I guess it would be funny, but yeah. Next, Sacred Sword Seeker Vortigern. Oh, this is one of those rare Legions that's garbage. It just power creeps for an automatic hit, which is okay. But I wouldn't, like, really run it. I mean, I'm not a fan of those cards, so yeah, I'm not going to do that for that guy in general. Seeker Gigantic Driver. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, Soul Blast 1 and get 3,000 power. So this card is pointless, so don't worry about this card at all. For sure, do not worry about this card. Alright, Blue Flame Seeker Tyrannus. When this unit attacks, CB1, gain 3,000 power, so that's like nothing. Okay. Alright, we are done talking about Seekers. So as you can tell, there is a lot more to look forward to in Seekers. There's a good budget option in there, which is nice. So it's good to know that Legion Royals is going to have some good budget to it, so you can have fun with Legion in general. And the deck will definitely be decent enough to play, since you'll be able to grind out Blaster Blade Seeker, so on and so forth. So that's good. That's good. Anyways, let's get to some of the Riser cards. Now we're in some Riser since we didn't get much Riser look at, but now that the set comes out, we see the cards that will be supporting our boy, Ultimate Riser. Forerunner, Energy Riser. When this unit attacks, this boosted hits a Vanguard. Counterblast 1, put this unit into your soul, and stand 2 of your Riser rear guard. So obviously we had a feeling this was going to come down to, like, they took away, you know, Ultimate's effect for the other units that will maintain his effect, which is weird and awkward, but it's understandable. But I get it. I understand. I mean, if that, the reason why you take away that stand effect is because you're going to give it to other units, fine. That's okay. I'll allow it. Riser Pilot Huey. When your unit legions, this becomes a 9k booster for the turn. Tank Riser. If you have another Riser rearguard in the same column as this unit and that unit cannot be retired by your opponent's card effect. I like this. I like this a lot. This is really good. This is like having an infinite garment for all your G2 intercepts. No brawlering it. You can only Kaiser it. So this is why brawlers have that big bang knuckle guy. You can only do it that way. But this is nice. This is nice. The fact that Risers do get a protection spell now, so no more of that, like, the thing that they were missing from all the Blaster Blade stuff. Now they're protected from Kagaros and anything that retires. So say you fought Novell. Somehow, believe it or not, none of your cards are going to get retired. Since there is a card in the front row, both the cards have the protection spell, so Novell can't even blow any of this up. So it leaves your opponent to being like, all right, I guess I have no choice but to swing. So you do have an ultimate defense when you have Tank Riser as your back row, which is awesome. Tank Riser is an amazing unit. Jet Riser. When the attack this unit boost hits a Vanguard, Counterblast 1, put this unit into your soul, stand 1 of your Riser rear guards. This isn't bad, because you can definitely perform some combos with it if they only have 1 intercept. Boost this on 1 of your rear guards, throw it into the soul, stand 1 of your other guys that can actually swing for 1,600. Swing with your Legion that's going to be at 2,600 or more, and there's your big attack, big bang attack there. Cannon Riser, if you have a Riser in your front row, it becomes a 10k, so there's that. Carving Riser, during your turn, if you have another Riser in the same column as this unit, it gets 2,000 power. So this technically becomes an 8k booster with just added stuff. Reserve Riser, when this unit so Vanguard, if your unit is Legion, this unit gets plus 4,000 power, so it's a 4,000 boost for your Legion. So like I said, 10k boost to your Legion to hit 30,000. Space Bit, when placed, Soul Blast 1. So Soul Blast 1 means putting cards in drop, which means you can Legion. Soul Blast 1 to have one of your units get 5,000 power, but obviously we're not running that. The G1 lineup is pretty tight as is when it comes to risers, and tank risers is definitely something you will be running. Ultimate Riser Dual Flare. During the turn, your unit Legions. When your Vanguard attacks, counter blast 1, stand this unit, and you get 5,000 power. The issue with this is you have to do it on the attack declaration. You don't really get to choose when to do. So if you do this effect now, you pray you hit a trigger that pushes you up to 96. So you can puts you up to 1900. So you can swing for 26 at the Vanguard after you hit a crit if their intercept game was strong. So on and so forth. Certain things like that. Or you're saving this for an end game play where you can just restand and just attack the Vanguard again. A lot of things you can do with this. Definitely there's end game, and then there's like we need the power creep in them. But yeah, definitely Dual Flare is always a great unit. I'm definitely going to be running 4 of these anyways, because even when you Legion, this is technically a good restand to 14k. You just have to pray for a trigger, which always freaking sucks. But you got to work with what you got. It's a good effect, though. It's good. Masura Riser. Nice. When this unit stands by your card effect, if your Vanguard is a riser, stand one of your other rear guards in the same column. So pretty much this kind of just stands as a 16k max. If you hit a trigger, it's a 21k max column. So I guess it just depends on where you're at in the match. And if you have that G1 Jet Riser and you stand this unit can stand the other unit in case you attack the 10k intercept. This unit can stand the back row for free after you did that. So that's nice. I mean, that's a little situational, but it's actually kind of nice to pull off if you get it down. Marine Riser, High Torpedo, just a 10k intercept. Wing Riser, during your turn, if you have another Riser in the same column as this unit, 2k, so this becomes an 18 column with the Tank Riser, but I don't think we're really running this guy. Again, tight little, squeeze on the G2s too. Phoenix Riser, Flame Wing, during your turn, if your Vanguard's a Riser, 3k. Nice. Gatling Riser, when this unit attacks, CB1 to gain 12k, so it becomes a 12k. And during your turn, if your unit is Legion, this unit gets 12k. So a lot of 12k attackers entered this game. I can understand why, so they can actually hit, but those are a lot of commons and rares. Anyways, on to the Legions that we went over. Ultimate Riser, Mega Flare, Legions with his blue buddy. Dual Flare. When this unit attacks Vanguard, if it is Legion and you have 2 or more rest rear guards, the reason why they did the 2 or more rest rear guards was because now you're going to be able to stand those units. And they want to make sure you boost and you have rested rear guard so you can do the effect, so on and so forth. So when you do restands and all that in a bag of chips, you pull it off. This card swings with pretty much like a perfect riser with 2 crits. And then when this unit attacks Vanguard, if you have another unit in the center column, this unit gets 3,000 power. So it even hits a cross ride base number with that 20,000 power. So that is good. Very good. Give me a sec. One sec. Alrighty, we're back. Phoenix Riser Drill Wing. So obviously Phoenix Riser Drill Wing, Drill Wing is mostly for endgame. This Legion's with the rare Phoenix. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if this unit is Legion, you can CB2 stand all of your front rows. So everything kind of restands in a way. So that with Asura actually makes more sense now. In case you need the booster to restand as well. So Masura Riser stands even the back row. So you pretty much stand the whole columns like a Mon play. So that's interesting enough. And when this unit attack hits, you stand all your front and rear guards and that unit in the back row of the same column. But Phoenix Riser already does that for free apparently. He can just do that anyways. Once he stands the front row, he stands the back row anyway. So it's like doing a Mon play. So that's interesting enough. So Drill Ring is pretty much the end game Legion versus Ultimate is the push game Legion. So you can definitely run both in a deck and go for end game in a sense. You push to 5, then you ride this for end game. Just make sure you can Legion into it and have the pieces ready to like really go for it. Definitely a nice end game unit and definitely a nice push game unit. So Risers have a lot of stuff they can use in this meta, so that's good enough. I like. Maximum Riser. During your turn, if you have another Riser in the same column as this unit, it gets plus 2,000 power. So it becomes a 13k. Again, turns out to be 20,000. Not enough. Marine Riser Anchorman. It's one of those rare Legions where it just becomes a 27k unit when it swings. No, it just becomes a 25k unit when it swings. Sorry, not 27. It gains 2k when it attacks as a rear. So it's like one of those, basic, rares for like any clan. So weird. Nobody from Olmeca. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, Soul Blast 1 to get 3,000 power. And it could be a rear guard effect. So again, another way to build your soul. So there's a good amount of Soul Blast units. Apparently, the more you Soul Blast, the easier it is to Legion, obviously. So there's a reason why there's a good amount of Soul Blast units. But we're not going to run these. These are, like, not that good in a bag of chips. Definitely not. All right, we're done talking about risers here. Tank Riser actually was the biggest hype for risers in general. Tank Riser being a protection spell against Blaster Blade Seeker and all that retire crap, Revenger crap. That's just amazing. It's like risers have their own protection now, and it's really, really good. That means even if Mordred break rides, as long as you have Tank Riser, you don't lose your units. So obviously you're going to want 2 Tank Risers already prepped for game, so no matter what, your opponent won't be able to retire them as long as you have a unit in front of it. And that's another good thing because all the retiring happens during, that's right, main phase. So believe it or not, you will never lose those boosters. So that is a good plus for Nova Grapplers. I like. On to the next stuff, homies. Brawler, Fighter Kid, Draco Kid. So now we're heading into the Brawler stuff. Awesome. Brawler, Fighting Draco Kid. If your unit is Legion, counterblast 1 and put this unit into your soul to have your Vanguard get the following ability. When your opponent's front row rear guard is retired, retire your opponent's back row rear guard in the same column as it. This effect cannot be prevented by resist. Because the reason why it says this effect can't be prevented by resist is due to the fact that this effect isn't targeting back row. It's just a floaty effect that's blowing up a back row. Since there's a unit behind it, so resist does not get by it. So that's nice. And also this card actually has resist, so it's an infinite booster until used up. So that is nice. I like it. I'm glad they added that wording to the card, so that's good. So I like Fighting Draco Kid clears up the board. But Tank Riser, I think you could kill Tank Riser with the Draco Kid play because you're killing the front row first. And this is happening during battle phase, which means you definitely get the retire in. So that's A-okay right there. So that's interesting. So I think Brawlers is the only thing that can bypass this type of game, so that's good. Brawler, Volt Knuckle, Draco Kid. When this unit boosts, if your opponent has no front row rear guards, it becomes an AK booster. Interesting. Prodigy Brawler, Kentensho. When your unit legions, 9k booster in the back. Obviously, we are not going to run those. Threatening Brawler, Kohime. When placed, if your opponent has 1 or less rear guards, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw a card. So a nice little filter, like it's like Eradicators. Baton Brawler, Sogo, CB1, gain 1,000. No one's going to use that. Wandering Brawler, Tyrene. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, this unit becomes 2,000. So apparently Brawlers and Seekers got the same unit. Tonfa Brawler, Arc. When your opponent rear guard is retired during your turn, if your unit is Legion, this unit gains 3,000 power. So here's your power creep. This is your Medusa. This is your Shaman. And this is that 10k unit that gets boosted every time you get a retire. And this can happen during battle phase. So this becomes a 10k booster pretty much. When your opponent's rear guard is retired during your turn, if your unit is Legion, this unit gets 3,000 power. So again, this becomes a 10k booster. So every time if you attack the rear guard hypothetically and you want to hit a heal check and you got like a little bit of a 12k booster, because there are some 12k units in Brawlers, you can definitely get your trigger checks off first before attacking. So this booster is like pretty unique in a sense to kind of do push plays. Brawler Ego. When this unit boosts, and obviously if you clear the board and there's 2 intercepts, yeah, that booster becomes 13k, and the front row unit might become a 15k. I think there's G2 that go beyond that power creep as well. But let's keep going. Brawler Ego. When this unit boosts, a Big Brawler, Big Bang Knuckle Dragon, 3,000 power. For some reason, Big Bang needs more power. It's not enough. Brawler Wine Clock Dragon. During your turn, if your Vanguard's a Brawler, 3,000 power, so it's one of those front row like anything else, if it's a Brawler, though. Brawler Star Draco Kid. When this unit boosts a Vanguard, if your unit is Legion, this unit becomes 4,000 power, so 10k booster until the end of battle. So because of 10k booster for your Legion, again, many ways to boost your unit. That G1 just doesn't make any sense for Big Bang, but anyways. Brawler Skyhowl Dragon. When placed, CB2. Retire one of your opponent's front row rear guards. So again, more stuff there. And I'm pretty sure that G1 wasn't limited to main phase. I'm pretty sure it just said during your turn. So that's the entire turn of your turn. So that unit can boost however he wants from battle or by a retire effect, which makes him actually really good as a booster because he goes up regardless, which is nice. Brawler Big Bang Slash Dragon. When your Brawler Vanguard attack hits, this unit gets 3,000 power. So believe it or not, this effect can stack. If it attacks 2 units, it gains 6,000. Attacks 1, obviously, it's 3,000, but that's where the booster comes in. Why I said it'll go up to 2,500 with the back row 7k, because the 7k is the same thing as this. So that means those two go hand in hand on aggressive plays. And if you do Big Brain Knuckle Dragon's effect, clear up 2 intercepts, you'll definitely have a nice power column to swing with. And that's going to be really, really good. Brawler Plasma Claw Dragon. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, if your Vanguard is a Brawler, there it is. Soul Charge 1, Counter Charge 1. So, Brawler's got their promo Counter Charger. Hooray, more of that crap. But yes, looks like Brawlers are going to be really, really good when they come to 0. A Counter Charger is always nice. They have retires, and they have a lot of power creeping columns after they do retiring. That is actually nice, and especially yeah, it's actually really nice. I think just having this booster ready to go is good enough because these are guaranteed pushes to 2 damage every time you pull off a retire effect. So again, that's really good. I like it. So Brawlers will always power creep. I think they always will push. Your opponent is going to have to rely on a trigger game to live, which sucks for him. Brawler Yojin. When your unit legions. So this card has to be on the field for the effect to work. Careless 1 to retire one of your opponent's front row rear guards. So when you legion, this card was mostly for Sky Beat, I guess. That you kill 2 front rows, back row becomes a 13k, stuff like that. Like I said, Brawlers are going to be really good because they have good power creeping numbers. They will always power creep. They are really, really good for that. It's amazing and kind of sad, but it's amazing that they have this. This is really stupid the way Brawlers are going. The fact that they can always power creep really just leaves the question your opponent's going to have to really rely on triggers at the end of the day, because if they don't get triggers, they're going to legit take 3 damage every freaking turn. But that depends if your field is set up properly as well. Don't forget, when you have my RNG, your field possibly will look like crap. It will not look good. No. No, it will not. Hate to break it to you, but my RNG is I'm just itching my nose here. One sec. All right. Jail, Lock, Brawler, Kotenka is just a 10k. Military Brawler, Lise, when your opponent rear guards retired during your turn, this unit gains 3,000. So you have many ways to have power creep numbers. Obviously, if you're playing a power creep number game with retires, but I think Big Bang Slash is better because Big Bang Slash is Big Bang Slash. And your G2 lineup is, again, going to be pretty tight for Brawlers in general, so you got to be careful with that as well. Brawler Wildfish Dragon. During your turn, if your Vanguard is a Brawler, 3k, 12k unit. So again, easy setup, easy number game without even hitting a unit. As long as you retire something or hit something, who knows where your game will take you. Naga Brawler Kadru. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, if your unit is Legion, CB1 to draw a card. Whoop-de-doo. Another card where it's like I get to draw after hitting. And this effect is actually very doable due to the fact you retire everything. And you're able to power creep columns if they have 2 intercepts. So if you do a Big Bang Knuckle and you have enough CB, you could possibly draw a card that turn for a CB3, clear a board, power creep, and go for game. Yes. All of the yeses. Yeah, and Conjure is interesting, but I can see why I got a 2-star. I don't think most people are using it. Like I said, your G2 lineup is just too tight here for Brawlers in general. Brawler Lightning Rider during your turn if your unit's Legion becomes 12k. So Skybeat Dragon, as we all know, goes with Sky Howler Dragon. And when this unit Legions, you retire one of your opponent's front row. So this is just vowing with a Legion effect. And he gets his own little power creep to 22k to actually hit a magic number without a booster. That's nice. Next is Brawler Shotgun Blue, Military Dragon Lise. When this unit Legions, you CB2 to retire 2 of your opponent's rear guards, random to the back row. At random with priority to the back row. So again, Ignition Dragon effect, but it's on Legion. And if you have more units than your opponent, which you will, because you just retired 2 when you did this Legion, you will have a crit to swing with. So again, push game. There you go. CB2 is always expensive though, but again, push game, and that's why we actually have a counter charger for this deck, so it doesn't really matter about the CB. You can definitely micromanage that easy. Next is Brawler Big Bang Knuckle Dragon. If this unit is in Legion, when it's Legion, so this effect is forever once you're in Legion. Counterblast 2 to get plus size and power, and it gets Kaiser's effect. Once you attacks a Vanguard, it gets plus 2,000 power. So again, more power creep, 2,700. There you go. So this guy definitely hits magic number, period, even if they go up to 2,600. GG's. Brawler Wild Rush Dragon. Believe it or not, we went over this card. I was actually waiting for it to get revealed because he was a drive check unit, but I guess they kept it the same. They didn't really change much. During the battle that this unit attacked a Vanguard, when your drive check reveals a card with the same name as your Vanguard, so between Brawler Wildfish Dragon and Brawler Wild Rush Dragon, you CB1, gain 10,000 power, and a critical. So they kept a little bit of a drive check, but again, that's like what? At max, there's going to be like 6 cards in the deck with this name. So there's that. So that's not going to be as efficient as you think, but hey, pushing is pushing, and if you Legion, usually the cards that get reshuffled usually activate instantly, so maybe this card's like that good. I don't know. I just know after playing Zero so much, I mean, once you reshuffle a card, it most likely will appear in the next 3 cards. Most likely. I've seen it. Zenith has done it to me plenty of times, and I can vouch for that. People can vouch for that. Brawler Skyblow Dragon. When placed, Soul Blast 1, Counter Blast 1 to add a Brawler Sky Beat Dragon. Oh, so more Legion searching, which is kind of funny, really. That's kind of funny that they have these. I'm pretty sure everyone draws their Legions anyways. I feel like these units are pointless since the RNG in this game is sometimes ass for you guys. So you'll be able to really just go about it. And then Brawler Lightning Graw Dragon. This is just Legions with that vanilla 10k, and that's about it for that. Armor Brawl Kohika. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, CB1, and then gains 3k. And then next is, one sec. Next is Brawler Headband of Greed. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, Soul Blast 1, get 3,000 power. So there's that. So I wouldn't worry about this card either. So now we're on to Great Nature, but believe it or not, Great Nature is the same crap, as in nothing new came besides these 4 cards. That's how bad the support was in the near future for other clans. Very sad. When this unit is retired during your end phase, if your unit is Legion, add a card from your deck to your hand with the same name as your Vanguard, so this can be used with both Legions, and if this retires, that gives you more of the Persona Blast effect with your Guru Tiger or anything in between. Cable Assistant Guru Wolf. When this unit attack hits, if its power, including boosted, goes up to 20,000, you get to draw a card. Nice blessing. I like it. Magic Scientist Tester Fox. When your rear guard is retired during your end phase, if this unit is Legion, countercharge 1. So when the unit gets retired, you then countercharge. Then if you retire a rear guard has the same name as your Vanguard, call a card from your deck with the same name as your Vanguard from your deck to an empty rear guard circle. So again, you call the kitty and all that and bag of chips. And then they also has an effect when this unit attacks a Vanguard. If you have another unit in your center column, which you will, CB2, stay in one of your rear guards, and that unit gets 4,000 power. So that's how you power creep that unit, and then you do this, then you do that. Also, you're going to use a Binocular Tiger pretty much to power creep it more to 17. So 17 hits a magic number, even with or without a trigger. So that's the beauty of Magic Scientist Tester Fox. It's nice. The Countercharge 1 is nice because, again, the Countercharge 1 at the end of the phase also works for your freaking chickens. So don't forget about your chickens, boys. Chicken. Chicken's pretty good for this, actually. Chicken makes a huge return to this. And you can keep recycling your cats and stuff. Just make sure you Countercharge properly. Would you throw a Sloth tank in? Maybe. Because the Sloth tank with the extra Countercharge probability is really, really nice to CB2 if you need the CB2 back. The Countercharge 2 back. Just think about it. It's really nice. If you need it. It depends on the situation, if I can be honest. But if you need it, you need it. So like I said, with Guru Tiger, when it Legion, if this unit is Legion, so this is a continuous effect, you can do this whenever you want. Discard a card with the same name as your Vanguard from your hand, so you have 2 choices. 2 of your rear guard get the following ability. When this unit is retired during your end phase, call this card to an empty rear guard circle and draw a card. And countercharge 1. So this guy can double countercharge after you pitch a card. But also, you got to keep in mind, those units don't really retire. You have to use effects that are going to retire them. So you will have to possibly have a Binocular Tiger on standby to retire your unit so you can draw 2 cards and countercharge 2 so you don't lose a lot of stuff. That's the only thing I found out about Guru Tiger. It only stands 1 rear guard with 4,000. So it only guarantees you 1 draw. How you get the max out of this draw is obviously with your Binocular Tiger. So restanding your Binocular Tiger to even kill, again, something like this, you kind of can go about your plays, or you can just give the back row a boost or something with Binocular Tiger. It doesn't matter. Just play your cards right, because I think it just says you choose 2 of your rear guards. So it can even be back row rear guards. So there you go. If you have to kill your back row with a booster with Binocular Tiger. Technically, you could Guru Tiger an entire column. If you Guru Tiger, you can Guru Tiger an entire column where it's Binocular Tiger and his booster. That way, when they both die, you countercharge 2, and you draw 2 cards for that entire column. That's what I realized about Guru Tiger and wanted to discuss it. This is why we do overview videos, to kind of go renegotiate the combos for these characters and how they will function. So obviously, you can use Guru Tiger with even this G2. Researcher Fox is when it retires. You can add one of the Persona Blast units to your hand by it the G3 or that guy. You'll be good to go. So that is a positive, and that's what we're looking forward to when playing the new Great Nature. Great Nature is looking stronger always and forever. I like it. Can't wait to play test it further in the future. See you guys in August for that. Anyways, on to the next stuff. Now we're on the Regalia cards. If your unit is Legion, put this unit into your soul. Soul charge 3, and your Vanguard gets 5,000 power. So nice. You get a soul charge 3 after if your unit is Legion. So obviously you can do this effect wherever you want. It has resist, and you can soul charge pretty much 4 cards will be in the soul when you do this effect. So this is good. This is good. This is good. Give me 1 sec. This is good. This is actually really good. So I like the Forerunner. Really nice. Soul Charge 3. Definitely can help for Minerva endgame combos, so on and so forth. Exorcism Regalia, Shiny Angel. When placed, put 3 Regalias from your drop zone to your soul. Like I said, this is where Nyx is really going to prosper because you're going to always pull off Nyx. So technically, when you're on Nyx, you're always going to +1 draw and always have a critical after you draw. That's a lot of good plussing right there. Especially when you Legion, you'll never deck out again when it comes to this deck in particular. Because Regalia seems to be making a huge impact. Yes. When placed, counterblast 1 to have one of your Regalia units get 5,000 power and the following ability. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, Soul Blast 3 to draw a card. So interesting enough. Pure Angel is interesting to the extent of you can Legion because you're going to Soul Blast 3. But I don't know if I would wait. I mean, you could waste a CB since the deck doesn't really have any CB priorities yet. So you could technically do this. It just depends where you're at. Well, like I said, the G1 slots could be a little bit tight because of Shiny Angel, maybe. Depending if any of the other Regalias don't do anything, we'll see. Obviously, you're going to want cards to go to drop zone. So Cider's usage might be used, but I'm not so sure, not a lot. Because, again, we need Regalias, and with the G1 and the G2 being able to do the same effect, you want to just Soul Charge with the Regalias, maintaining your deck still. Soul Blast, draw a card, all that in a bag of chips. Yes. Next, Regalia of Well Wishes Preach Angel. When this unit boosts a Vanguard, if your unit is Legion, so again, continuous Legion, which means this effect is active as long as you're Legion. This unit that unit gains 4,000 power. So again, power creep column, so on and so forth. Midday Regalia Chimera. When you place, put 3 Regalias into your soul. Nyx. There you go. Just make sure you always have a way to put Nyx in drop. It's always nice. You can always do it. There's always ways you can ride on top of it. You can try to, if you draw it, just try to throw it into the drop and then just charge it with Chimera. I don't think put 3 is, I think you can put 3, but I think you can max up to. Maybe, but if it says put 3, then I guess you can't really bypass the wording on that. So again, interesting enough, yes, you need to have at least 3 cards. But again, it's easy to get 3 cards because you're going to Soul Blast and so on and so forth. Yay, Soul Blasting. Regalia Beauty Venus, 10k. Regalia Fate Norn, when this card is put into your drop zone, your Regalia gains 5,000. Power creeping doesn't do anything anymore, so Zero's format, power creeping's ass. Regalia Fertility, Phrasia, when your unit Legions, counterblast 1 to Soul Charge 3 and get 5,000 power. So that's a nice card. So this happens when you Legion, so it's like one of those vanilla cards. that this has to be used on the turn you Legion when this card's on the field. When your unit legions, then obviously this card has to be on the field for it to work. So that's how you're going to profit off your Soul Charge 3, CB1. So like we said Nyx was actually going to be our go-to because A, with a card with the same name as your Vanguard is put into your soul into your drop zone. If this unit is Legion, it gets plus 5,000 power and a critical. So obviously you can even ride the G2 and then just return everything. Then, you know, Soul with the G2, Soul Blast the G2. Again, you'll be able to recharge the G2. There's many ways you can go about this. Obviously, the G2 is going to be in the Soul by the time you ride Nyx, hopefully. And once that is prepped, you're going to be able to always gain a crit because you're going to keep being able to recycle those 3 cards over and over and over again. So that's what makes Nyx really, really good for pushing. And that's what we need for endgame. And that's when we start to go Minerva for GGs. Yay. So that's good. Cosmic Regalia, and keep in mind, you're going to be able to run the Regalia unit that retires. So again, every time you recycle the Regalia unit, technically you turn your unit into a freaking retirer too on killing units. But keep in mind, it won't work on resist units, because again, the retire thing is a target effect. Keep that in mind. So again, you can't kill resist boosters, so rip. So yeah, that's the whole thing with like resist. Like you can't really target them, and some of the effects actually are target ones. Like if it says choose, it means it's a target. If it's not random or priority to back row, then obviously yes, you can't avoid it. Resist is a very clear wording on what it means, except on certain things where it says random and all over and all that in a bag of chips. So Cosmic Regalia, Yggdrasil, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, if it is Legioned, Soul Blast 6, get a critical, and becomes a glory. But this early isn't going to help us. We would have to legit push our opponent to 4 before attempting this. So yeah, that's not the best. That's why we said we're possibly just going to be playing Nyx and then just ride Minerva for game. Yggdrasil seems so underwhelmed for this set. It's sad, but it is what it is. It makes us run Nyx more, where Nyx is going to push us. If we get them to 5, then maybe I would fight you for the Soul Blast 6 for endgame. Maybe. But yeah, Nyx with what she does and what these two do, they both Soul Blast 3 and you get to draw a card, so yeah. There's a lot of things you can do there. Also keep in mind, if you have another Regalia in your center column, this isn't bound by Legion, this one turn effect. So you can draw a card, Soul Blast 3, and then Legion. So that's the good thing about Genesis in general. They can Legion pretty much any time, so you're good to go there. If you do that Soul Blast 3 early, you miss out on a crit play, so you got to be careful with that. So again, play wisely. It's Genesis. It's not something Unga Bunga. Regalia of Wisdom, Brynhilda. Regalia of Wisdom, Angelica. You could possibly want one Angelica, because you can soul charge it easy with Hemido, and the G1. This card's also good because if it is an endgame card. It's just a CB2 Soul Blast 6, retire. Pretty much you're going to retire the front row. But keep in mind, now that we saw what Tank Riser does, we're not going to be able to do crap with this. So keep that in mind when it comes to like the game in general. I say that because seeing what Tank Riser does, a lot of units are gaining protection, so we need to be a little bit more careful with our plays. Because with Tank Riser being a thing, it sucks, but keep in mind, we can kill Tank Riser with our Regalia G2 as long as we eliminate the front row first. So there's that. So we'll be able to kill Tank Riser as we proceed throughout the game. The one loophole to Tank Riser will always be battle phase effects. That's about it. If you can have the battle phase units to do it, you go for it. Regalia of Love, Cypress, it's just Legions with the 10k vanilla, becomes a 25k beat stick. Dosage Celestial as model. So believe it or not, Angel Feathers did not have a lot, but we're going to go over it one more time so you guys get the end result of Angel Feathers in general. So with as model, it's just Hermes as a G2. And what they're all about is they have like power creep columns when it comes to your Legion mate and all that in a bag of chips. The high L is actually a counter charger because it focuses on units with the same name in your damage zone. So obviously if that model is, linked to Malchia Diel, you'll be able to counter charge back up once, so you'll be able to always counter charge. So if you call Danielle, so on and so forth, you're really getting some more call power in for endgame. So that's where your 5th damage comes into play. So Hell is good because she gains 2,000, she becomes an 11k unit, which is nice as long as your Vanguard is a Celestial. So that's easy, 11k boosting, and obviously this Bat Terrell isn't going to be your Vanguard, obviously, because it has no combo potential whatsoever. But it can Legion into any of those two G2s, and when this unit Legions, put the top card of your deck into your damage zone and call a card from your damage zone. If you call the face down card, turn the card face down. Sad part is this effect got nerfed. It used to give the unit 5,000 power, but they didn't want us to spam Hermes apparently, but whatever. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have another unit in the center column, this unit gains 3,000, so it tries to bypass cross-ride numbers as well. Yay. But Malchi Diel is the best unit ever. During your turn, if this unit is Legion, all of your front row units get 2,000 power. If your damage zone card has the same name as your Vanguard, you gain an extra 2,000. So obviously, as model, swinging adds more power for the unit to come back with 4,000 extra. So again, that's another positive about this Legion in general. This one's actually one of the stronger Angel Feather Legions to use. This gives you Hermes plays, and this also gives you as model plays and Danielle plays, because all these units get tagged out and they gain 4,000, period. So that's why you will be running your Pegasuses again. Million Ray Pegasus returns, because since you do the tag out, the Million Ray Pegasus goes up to 9k, which means that guarantees you those 2 attacks on Vanguard, since you're doing the tag in out thing situation with Asmodel and Hermes. So that's all we have for Angel Feathers there. But yeah, that's pretty much all it's at 18, guys. So whatever we missed, now we caught up. Now we know what to expect. Now we know what to save. Now we know what to do. I mean, that is always what we do in these overviews when going over certain cards. Brawl Wild Rush is interesting, actually. I wouldn't mind testing that. But Big Bang Knuckle looked more interesting now. Now we saw more of its G1 support. And knowing that they have a countercharger, Brawlers are even more of a threat than you give them credit for. The best thing about Nova Grapplers in general, I mean, Big Bang Slash can power creep, yes, but the best thing about Novas in general is the fact that now they have a unit that causes protection, and that's actually really good. Tank Riser is amazing. This is good against all those retire decks. This is great. I wasn't not expecting Nova Grapplers to actually get their own Garmer in the form of a booster, but I'll take it. All we need is our front rows protected, and that's about it. The front row is what matters. Those are our interceptors that need to stay to protect us. So the fact that this exists is amazing. I'm glad Tank Riser came out with the updated effect. I'm all for it. Seriously. And obviously Seekers, we saw a little bit more that you can search out. Wingull, and you can seek out big other brawlers with Skybeat. So obviously those were starter decks. Obviously. And Egbert has an interesting take on the matter of Seekers as well, but we'll see how these play out in a budget Seeker deck, because that's what Seekers are. They could be anything, even a budget deck. You know, you got to play your odds. Play with your cards, play the odds, and you're good to go. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for you today. I hope you guys did enjoy this overview of set 18. Next week, set 19 definitely starts dropping some hints at us, so we'll wait until then. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Y'all be good. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll see y'all another time for some more reviews and all that in a bag of chips. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. And thanks for coming to the premiere, homies. Peace.